Hi, I'm Jason Cruzen, Deputy Chief of the Charleston Fire Department in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'll be at FDIC 2020 with my presentation, Fire Smoke, the Hidden Dangers. As firefighters, we're exposed to smoke and the products of combustion thousands of times throughout our career. And it doesn't matter whether we're paid or volunteer because smoke doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care whether you're getting a paycheck or you're doing this job for free. What we need to understand is how do we better protect ourselves from the products of combustion? How do we limit that exposure and do our job a little bit safer so we can provide for our families, we can enjoy our retirement, and we can live a long, healthy life? So to do that, we have to understand who our adversary is. It's fire smoke and the toxicity within it. The fire is dangerous, yes, but the smoke is even more dangerous. It's more toxic. It's going to get us, and it's not going to get us today. It's not going to get us tomorrow. It's going to get us 10, 15, 20 years from now. So we need to fully understand how we can better equip ourselves. It doesn't mean we're going to be less aggressive. We can be safe and we can be aggressive all at the same time. We're going to talk about some things that we can do and employ in our everyday life as individuals. It doesn't have to be a department decision or a company level decision. It can be your decision. Things that we can do to make our lives and our jobs safer. So we're going to talk about some of these. One being a better understanding of smoke and the toxicity of smoke. So we'll talk a little bit about going back to the basics and what's in the smoke and what causes us the issues that are in the smoke. We're going to look at air management. How do we better equip ourselves and utilize the equipment that we have? How do we take care of our gear? We're going to talk about PPE and care and maintenance. Look at some of the things that we can do, like on-scene decon, firefighter washdown. How do we utilize some of the equipment that we already have on the fire ground to make our job and our fire scene a little bit safer? We're also going to look at atmospheric monitoring. How do we employ some of the things that we have, like atmospheric monitoring on the fire ground, both in the structure during overhaul, during our fire investigators doing cause and origin, or is it on the exterior while we're at the pump panel or our incident commander or our RIT team is out in the front yard? So being able to utilize some of the equipment and talk about some of the things that are already being done as far as best practices in the fire service. So we're also going to look at some of the emerging trends, some of the things that are out there equipment-wise that are going to help us do our job a little bit safer. We're going to also talk about some of the research that's being conducted. We're in a great time right now in the fire service in that there's so much research being conducted to help us tell us what we can do to do our job better and safer, and what those dangers are and how they're truly affecting us, whether it's buildings collapsing sooner under a fire load, or is it us getting cancer or becoming ill because of the products of combustion. So we're going to talk about that and utilize some of that research to help point us in the right direction. And then lastly, we're going to talk about how do we improve ourselves, whether it's something as simple as proper diet and exercise or mental health, and how all of that and all these subjects relate back to fire smoke and its hidden dangers. So I look forward to seeing everybody in Indianapolis in 2020. I hope you'll come out and see my session, Fire Smoke, the Hidden Dangers, and learn a little bit more on how to make your job safer. So until then, please stay safe.